Hi, I'm Mali, and today I want to build all of my forgotten Geo characters so that they are ready to go in the Imaginarium Theater. My goal is to have around 8 characters of each element built so that they are ready to go in the Imaginarium Theater and I don't have to worry about builds and swapping stuff around. So the characters that I want to work on are Ninguang, Zhongli, Yun Jin, Noelle, and Kachina. The only character I'm not going to work on is Goro because from my understanding he works best in Geo only teams, and as you can see I don't have that many Geo characters, so he won't be that useful. This is probably the fewest characters that I will have built of an element with only 5, and I kinda was aiming for 8. There are just not that many Geo characters I enjoy. I hope I will get Navi in the future, so it's at least 6. Kachina basically still needs everything. I need to level her up to level 70. I need to level up her weapon. I put some artifacts on her, but they're all level 0. It's just what I was farming passively by farming the other artifact set. I also still need to level up all of her talents. For Niguang, I still need to level up her weapon, and then I still need to figure out her artifact sets. I still need to level up this artifact, and maybe I can find better ones. And I lost my 50-50 on Navia's banner, so Noelle instead is getting built. Yeah, I still need to level up her weapon and figure out her artifacts. I think I'm actually going to use the husk set on her, not the Mauritius Hunter. And I also still need to level up her talents. For Zhongli, I want to crown his burst. For Yun Jin, I need to level up her weapon, and I might get some more upgrades for her artifacts while farming for Noelle. Let's start with Kachina's Ascension, and she needs to beat the same boss as I needed for Kanish. And I thought I'm gonna use a Kanish team to show all of you my improved Kanish skills now that you've helped me, because I was so lost. Okay, I thought I was gonna show you the improved Kanish skills, but this is not what I meant by that. But let's see what our luck for this grinding session will be. Okay, bad luck, apparently only 3 drops. Yeah, there you go, I'm now spamming E. I know I can just spam it, and I don't need to press E in the region on the ground. And yeah, ignore the fact that Jungling's burst is barely hitting. I really don't like her for this team. I'm hoping the Pyro Archon will be a good option for a Kanish team. But I think they probably want there to be a synergy between Nutland characters and the Archon, so I have high hopes. And another 3 drops. Never ever lucky, as Rednas would say. And this is the 4th time of me clearing this, and again only 3 drops every time. But at least this time I got 2 usable artifacts. But now a lot of runs later, I can finally ascend her to the 5th ascension level and level her up to 70. And 2 out of 10 times that I had to farm this, I got 4 drops. So I guess the chance is about 20% for 4 drops to drop. And I'm broke on Mora again. I'm not surprised. These videos are really draining me out of Mora. I have to spend more of the star glitter on Mora. It really hurts, but I don't know what else to do. Now Kachina, you get your deserved level 70. And once I'm not broke on Mora anymore, she'll also get level 80, but for now I just don't have the money. But now we can move on to weapons, and I'm just going to continue with Kachina for now and level up her weapon first. And I thought I should use a Geo only team plus Kanish because I'm farming friendship for him still. But yeah, for these videos where I'm farming for a specific element, I should just use mono of that element team comps. So for this one, Niguang as my main DPS because Noelle is not built yet, and then Yun Jin can buff her attack speed and Zhongli just gives some sustain. It kind of makes sense, right? But after farming this domain for what feels like 100 times, I now have to level up the weapon to 90. So there you go, level 90. And I now also want to refine the weapon. Again, I will need to convert these billets, but I honestly have so much dream solvent, I'm never running out. So yeah, I don't mind just using it. The only weapon I wouldn't do that for is catalysts, because my favorite weapon type is catalyst, so I'm always short on catalyst billets. But for all the other weapons, I don't mind just like at least somewhat refining the weapons. So here you go, Kachina, you can have now 5. But that means we can move on to Noelle's weapon, which is already level 60. Let's check what we actually still need for it. Oh wow, we actually enemy drops. These are from the Fatui that go invisible, right? So I will still need 7 more of those. And I will need 3 more of these pillars. That's actually not too bad. But let's start with the enemy drops. This feels kind of nostalgic, having to farm an enemy that has been in the game since the start, probably. I think since the start, right? The good thing with this team is that I can just mine really easily. Usually I only have catalysts on my overworld team and they all suck at mining.
Don't waste my time. Give up.
I just wanted to say that I love Ninguang's voice lines. She's so unapologetically just full of herself and arrogant, and I kind of love that for her.
Don't waste my time.
Exactly, Niguang. She's right. Why is this for doing wasting my time by constantly going invisible? And the usual team I used can attack him through it, like Yemiko turrets still attack him through it, but Niguang's homing things don't. Now I'm back to the weapon domain, and hopefully we only have to do this twice. Okay, not bad. First run. Holy shit. Yeah, okay. That should be enough. And there you go, level 90. What I'm also not gonna do for her is refine the weapon, but I do want to save at least 4 of the Claymore bullets because the Pyro Archon is also Claymore, and in case she needs the Natlan craftable, I want to be able to R5 it. So I can at least get 2 more white blinds and R3 it. I think that's not bad. And there you go. R3. Now we can quickly do Ningguang's weapon because I have everything pre-farmed already. I was just probably out of, you guessed it, Mora. And level 90. Moving on to Yun Jin's weapon, and this I actually only need to ascend 1 more time. If Mona can refund 1 here, then I can actually get it without farming. First try. No. And no again. Please. Perfect. Okay, on the last one, she clutched it out. Oh, perfect. Now I don't need to farm and I can ascend it. Oh wait, never mind. I can't ascend it because I've been leveling up so many Favonia's weapons. I'm actually out of the Rune Guard drops. Now I can level up to 90. And with that, the weapons are done and we can start with the talents. So let's start with Kachina's talents, and before I'm farming, I'm gonna check how many I even need to farm. Because I haven't had to level up any other Natlan characters with this drop, and exploration gave me a lot. And I need to double up all of the ones that it says here because I want to level up the E and the burst. So I don't need any brown or blue ones anymore, but I still need 11 of the gold ones. So let's see how long this takes with Geo only. Ningguang, please do your best. Okay, I can't resist. I'm gonna use Kanish to speed this up a little bit because Niguang is honestly still struggling even though she's almost built. I really wish she had just been a 5-star. She deserves that lore-wise and looks-wise, and then her scalings would be so much better. How long did this take? A minute 15? Okay, that's actually not that bad. It felt so much longer for some reason. And I get shit drops. Let's see if we can beat a minute and 15. How long was that? 58 seconds? Okay, that was quite the improvement. Let's hope that the drops are also an improvement. Wow. 1 brown, 1 more. After summer farming later, I could potentially have enough if I get 2 blue ones or just 1 golden one. Okay, sadly the dream of 2 blue ones is already over, so I really need the double gold now. Come on, Layla, do your job, please. Of course not. Okay. I guess Yemiko can maybe save this, because using her passive when I'm crafting other Natlan talent materials to a higher level, then I could potentially get this one refunded instead. Let's see if she can do her job at least, because Layla is not working today. Okay, she got 1. It's the wrong one, but I can now craft all of them and hopefully get the right one. Come on, please. Wow, I got so many refunded, and yeah, 2 of the right one. So that should be enough. I can now craft it. Amazing. So yeah, let's level up the E and the burst to level 8. And the E is level 8. And the burst is also level 8. So now her talents are done. Moving on to Noelle's talents. She already has them leveled up a little bit. But for her, I want to level up all of them to level 8. I forgot what this domain has for enemies. And it's a monster domain, so it could end up being pretty annoying. Let's hope not. Okay, it's the frozen one. That's not too bad to fight against as Geo. And look how Geo is shredding those cryo shields. I didn't know I was so good against them. And how long did this domain take? 1 minute 15 almost as well? It's just because there are multiple waves that it takes so long. Otherwise I think it wouldn't actually be that bad. I guess at least it's not as bad as the feeling of always getting shit drops. I never get gold in these talent domains, and at the the start of Natlan, I all of a sudden got so many gold ones in talent and weapon domains. I even thought that they might have increased the drop rates, but I guess that was just a lucky spray because not anymore. Alright, so let's level up all of our talents to 8. Or technically 11 because I actually have a C6. Kinda sad that with all the early characters they automatically got the E and the burst +3 through constellations, and whereas she could have probably used normal attack and burst the best. And there you go, Noelle, your talents are done! Now we can move on to crowning Zhongli's burst, and even though it's only 1 level I need to level up by, it's still gonna take so long, and probably longer than Noelle, because crowning is so expensive. Okay, I actually only had to farm it twice because I got pretty lucky and gold dropped 2 times. Yeah, and now I even have 1 too many. So let's level his burst up. It's so expensive, but I do use them a lot. And that means the talents are done and we can move on to artifacts. Let's start with Ninguang because I mainly just need to level up these pieces. Let's hope for some energy recharge maybe. Okay, defense percent is not that great, but as long as it doesn't roll into it, it's fine. And of course it rolls into it. I should not have said anything. Please stop. Okay, finally some crit rates. Please one more time. Okay, kind of saved it. It's still a 28 crit value piece, so that's not that bad. Moving on to her goblet, I have a really good gladiator one, but I need more pieces on noblesse, and this is pretty good too. Yeah, especially if it rolls like this. Attack is good as well, I'm not mad about that. And energy recharge is okay, I guess. Okay, it rolled into attack, and let's hope it rolls into crit rate for the last one. Oh, some more energy recharge. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put this piece on her as an off piece, and then her build should be done. And with that, this is my Niguang build. She actually has some really strong pieces, I have to say. I'm quite surprised how good her build is. For example, this piece is 40 crit value. I hope her stats are good too. That's the problem with 4-star DPSs. So let's see what her stats are looking like. 1700 attack and then 80 to 162 crit ratio. Okay, I'm really happy with that. And a little buff energy recharge. So that means Ninguang is done. Oh, I'm so excited to use her in the Imaginarium Theater. So for Noelle, I'm actually gonna go farm some artifacts and try get her the husk set because Yun Jin can use it too, maybe a couple upgrades, and I can also make use of the ocean hued clams that also drops here. I tried this domain using Geo only and it didn't go very well because you kind of need a healer in here. But let's see what we're getting. At least 1 husk piece, okay, that's good, but not what I want. So I'm mainly looking for is defense percent as main stats, yeah, not that. Or energy recharge actually. Yeah, defense percent or energy recharge for the sands because Yun Jin can make use of both. And then for the goblet, Noelle needs geo damage and Yun Jin needs defense percent. For the circlet, Noelle needs crit and Yun Jin needs defense percent. And Yun Jin in general can also make use of energy recharge and some crit rate for her Favonius, whereas Noelle needs defense, attack or crit. I think all of them she can use. So let's see if we can get anything here. Oh, 2 pieces and they're all locked. Yeah, this is really good. This could be good for Yun Jin if it rolls into energy recharge as well. It looks really good because of the double crits, but Noelle kind of needs crit as the main stat. So let's see if Yun Jin can maybe use it. So let's see, does it roll into energy recharge? Please? It doesn't. Yeah, I don't think it's good then. So I've been farming for 3 weeks now and I just want to get it done. I haven't really been getting any good pieces, but I will just use copium pieces. I don't care anymore. So today will be the last day I'm gonna farm. And this is actually a good piece. Noelle can totally use that, especially if it rolls into crit rate. I can only do 3 runs today, so only 1 more after this one. And this could be good if it rolls into defense or crit damage, and this is useless for me. So will the last run give me the final god tier piece? let's find out. Okay, it's just ocean hued. So I want to start by looking for upgrades for Yun Jin. So what I want for her is defense percent, crit rate, and energy recharge. Right now she only has energy recharge and crit rate, so I want to see if I can get some pieces with all 3 stats. So this is the first potential one. It just needs to roll crit rate and then it's perfect, which it obviously doesn't. Next candidate is this one, and this just needs to roll energy recharge, please. Of course not. What is it with the flat defense? And this is the last potential Yun Jin one. Please roll crit rates and I'm gonna be so happy. Attack percent. Okay, I guess Yun Jin is not getting an upgrade. She might be if Noelle gets a better piece and she can have Noelle's one. So yeah, let's look if this could be a potential Noelle one, if it rolls into crit damage, or I guess defense percent as well. And it's elemental mastery, like the most useful stat. So this is the next candidate. Maybe some crit damage. Elemental mastery. Are you serious? Stop it. Next candidate. Please give me some crit damage. Are you actually joking? What's happening? So Noelle actually currently has a really good piece for Yun Jin. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try give this to Yun Jin and level this piece here up. I know it doesn't have crit damage, but it is still better. Just crit rate, please. Oh, let's keep this up. Okay, this could actually be really good. Okay, attack percent, that's still not bad, I would say. One more crit rate, please. Okay, this piece could have rolled so shittily, but I'm actually really happy with how it rolled. For feathers, I don't really have that many good pieces. This is like the only one where some crit rate would make it perfect. Okay, and it's not crit rate. I don't really have alternatives, so I'm just gonna level it up anyways. Just roll into energy recharge and defense percent. Oh, of course not. What? Oh my god. Okay, some energy recharge. That is what I was looking for. And the last stat is some energy recharge. Okay, that kind of saved the piece, honestly. Now for Noelle, I have this godly looking piece. I really hope it rolls into defense percent. Okay, energy recharge is actually not that bad either. Especially because from now on it will only roll into crit damage and crit rate. Yeah, crit rate. Exactly what I'm saying. Crit damage. Okay, it's actually listening. And even more crit. Oh my god, this piece is already looking good and I have another roll. And some more crit rate. This is honestly an amazing piece. For science, I don't really have that many options. I'm just gonna level this one up for Noelle, even though it's not the greatest. I mean, it rolls into crit damage, that's good. So overall, it rolled into a lot of elemental mastery, but at least I got 21% crit damage from it. And then for Yun Jin, I already have a really good off-piece sand, so I'm not going to change that. Moving on to goblets, I have this really good looking defense one for Yun Jin. Okay, it's not as good if it rolls into attack percent, but from now on it will only roll into, yeah, exactly like that. That's what I'm saying. And now some crit rates, or some more attack percent, sure. And some crit damage. Not quite what I wanted. I would have preferred crit rate. So I have this pretty decent geo damage goblet already, but it's off piece. So it could still be better if I get this on-set one with some crit. So if the 4th stat is now crit, then this could be better. I'm really hoping for crit damage, which it actually is. I cannot believe it. Okay, crit damage, please. It is actually listening. Please just go full crit damage. Okay, one more crit damage and 1 defense. And for the circlets, I didn't get any upgrade and I already have some decent ones. That means she has a 5-piece Husk of Opulent Dreams. So let's check out off pieces. Okay, so this is probably the best upgrade and it's not even that much of an upgrade. But I am liking the energy recharge. Yeah, that means my Noelle's done. So this was a flower. That's her feather, her sands, a goblet, and then her circlet. I feel like all these pieces, when you look at them, they are actually not bad. But then when you look at the stats, you're like, wait, what? It probably has to do with it not being a crit weapon. And also she doesn't ascend into crit. And that also means my Yun Jin is done. So a really nice flower for her, pretty good feather for her, really good off-piece sands, a really good defense goblet, just for a DPS more than for her, but it's still fine. And then this circle, which is probably the first thing I would change. Yeah, but overall this means these are her stats: 2400 defense and 32 crit rate for Favonius and 222 energy recharge. Last but not least, let's look at Kachina's artifacts. So I already farmed the set while farming for Moilani, so I have a couple pieces and I'm just gonna level this one up because it has crit and defense, and that's kind of what she cares about. Okay, rolls into defense as well, that's good. And more defense, I think that's good. I think I would like a little bit of crit as well. Can you give me some crits? Okay, actually did. I mean, also flat defense, but let's just ignore that fact. And the last stat is double crit. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so we can move on to feathers then. And this one has double crit. Maybe I will even roll into defense percent. That would be perfect. Okay, flat defense. Not quite, but I'm just gonna keep rolling it. Yeah, exactly like this. Just roll into crit. Her pieces are actually rolling pretty well. Yeah, even more crit damage. I'm really not complaining. Okay, but I am complaining about that HP roll. And the last stat is some more flat HP. Okay, I should not have said anything. Moving on to sense, I have this one with crit damage and also some flat defense. But it doesn't really matter because her stats don't really matter as long as she's using this set to buff others. This crit damage is quite nice though. So yeah, I'm just gonna level up no matter what rolls into, it doesn't really matter. And we get some flat defense, woohoo, then some more flat defense. Okay, it didn't roll the best, but oh well. I don't have another defense percent, so that is what it is. Moving on to goblets, I actually have an onset G damage one, which rolled pretty terribly, but at least it rolled into crit damage once. And I don't have anything better, so let's move on to circlet. This is the only crit circlet I have, and it doesn't really have the best substats. Maybe if I roll some defense percent, it's not the worst. But of course, it is elemental mastery, so it doesn't really matter what rolls into. I guess ER isn't the worst, but I don't really care. So yeah, sadly, this is the circlet. I can't go for anything else. At least it has 10% ER. That means my Kachina's done. So that's her flower, that's her feather, and that's the sense, and the Geo damage, goblet onset, and the better off-piece circlet that I found. Her pieces are actually not that bad, and I will farm that domain more, so I might get upgrades for her over time. And her crit ratio is not too bad either, 50 to 110. And she doesn't have any energy recharge, but apparently she doesn't really need it. You just don't burst her rotation and it's okay. And she has 1800 defense. I don't really know what I should be aiming for. That means Kachina's done. And with that, the video is done. I hope you guys enjoyed it and see you soon. Bye!